sounding?
All right, we're back. It's that time of the week again. It's different kind of genius. I'm your host, Andre Kufe. And with me, it's always someone special. But today it's one of the homies.
Thank you.
The homie Manny Lado. Manny, say what's up.
What's up? I'm Manny Lado, Bay City. Shout out.
Big shout outs, big shout outs.
That's it.
How are you anyway, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
You good?
Just been doing me, keeping my head down, making music, man.
Bro, I wouldn't expect anything less.
Thank you.
Expect anything less.
Thank you.
Thank you for finally pulling up too.
Thank you for having me.
Like we kept fucking knocking it back.
It
We're all
happens,
good.
man.
We're here now, and that's all that matters.
Things happen. But
They
yeah,
do.
it took a while, but hey, at least we're here.
Shit.
Let's make it happen.
That's it. So, fuck. I obviously know what you do, but tell the people, what's a man like Manny Lado get up to?
Man like Manny Lado, huh?
Man like Manny Lado.
Man, these days all I've been doing is just making music, man, flat out.
True?
It's flat out, just keeping my head down. I've just been trying to learn how to produce the last 2 years now.
Yeah.
And first year was kind of just, trial and error. But after I kind of started getting my head around it all, figuring out how to, just make beats, just make good sounding fucking good music, you know what I mean? Just been trying to just get my head around that. Once I got that phase, everything started to kind of fall into place a bit more. And so, yeah, production's just been the main thing I've been focusing a lot of my energy into the last few years. And yeah, a lot of good has come from it. I've been able to put myself in positions to help people out, give beats, sell beats, do that, you know what I mean? Just really gain some knowledge in this music stuff, really.
Hustle hard, bro.
Exactly, man. And yeah, from there, just trying to piece together my project.
True. Yeah, because you said you make music, but tell the people, I obviously know, but these people don't. What kind of music? What are you doing?
I make hip hop, R&B. It's trap shit, really, man. A lot of trap stuff these days, you know what I mean? It's the sound, people want it, we can make it, you know what I mean? So that's the case. But yeah, other than that, it's just music, bro. It's just music. I'm just fucking full-time music, man. I mean, in terms of Manny Lado, in terms of me as a person, other than that, I'm just like, I'm a chill guy. I'm a chill motherfucker. I do my thing. I play a lot of football. I coach soccer. Coaching under 15s team at Geelong College, school.
Yeah. Oh, that's a real prep one, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh well, it's prep 2 years.
Oh, I mean, 12, like they got money.
It's a whole. Oh, they got fucking guap.
Yeah. Like that's that shit.
Yo, it's actually crazy. Like it's actually seeing. Yo, you got kids. Dads are pulling up in Lamborghinis and just being like, oh yeah. You know what I mean?
Wait, that's when you're like,
they're doing their thing. It's a good time, for them. They're doing their thing.
It's like, here's one of my mixtapes, looking for an investor.
They'll be like, oh yeah, good time. That's all it is.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, fuck. And then, like, it's funny, because it's come full circle now. Like, people have been hearing you on this. You've just been that voice in the background.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Because we've always had, like, we had all the conversations about royalty and shit.
Yes.
And fucking Andy asked me who was my favourite act. And I was like, the man sitting across from me right here.
What was that?
Why was that?
Yeah.
We talked fully about it. And that episode's like, oh, I guess by the time this is out, that episode's been out. But for one, your ability to like engage with the crowd, like you're a real conductor. So you understand when you've got the crowd and you understand when you don't. And that's two very important things because then you can play off it. Yeah. Like you reciprocate the energy that you feel.
Yeah.
And so if you're feeling them, they're feeling you, it brings it all up to this whole other level.
100%.
And then another thing me and Andy got stuck right into was PA versions of your track.
Yeah.
PA versions of your track.
Yeah.
And that shit, like, to me, just makes all the difference. And, like, for those that don't know, like, the PA versions, like, I don't want to hear a man rapping on stage over an MP3.
No,
like,
nobody does. Yeah.
But it's a learning experience. People got to learn that. And that's 100%. Why, like, I thought you were one of the better ones that night.
I appreciate that. I appreciate all of that. Thank you.
And then if I'm being dead honest, I blacked out not long after. So it was just like...
It was an amazing night. It was a vibe. That night. Can we talk about that? That night was amazing.
Do it.
The Royalty 3 night was... One of our friends, Frankie, he passed away.
Man right there.
God rest his soul. He passed away in a tragic accident in Bali, motorcycle accident. And yeah, the entire Bay City was devastated. And yeah, the whole town stood up. The whole town stood up and got together. It was very beautiful to see an entire town really just come together. And like, yeah, it was a beautiful time. We came together for him and put together a show at the deck, ran by Wave Riders. Shout out Nick and Miner for that. And yeah, we just put together a fundraiser to help the family out and help everyone really out, just kind of get together and just mourn over this beautiful death. Over this beautiful man and his death. Just celebrate his life. And yeah, it was everyone that was in that room They don't understand what I mean. It was a room full of love.
It was.
It was a room full of love. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I'm so happy that I was a part of that. And yeah, God rest Frankie's soul, man. God
Rest in peace, Frankie.
Peace to the man.
Wait, and Andy brought me this. Andy reckons anytime I've got someone from the Bay, I should ask them the question, like, oh, I can't even, like, he's going to be so mad at me for this. I was just editing it. It's just slipped my mind.
And he's always playing games, bro.
But it's like, what did Frankie mean to you?
Oh, okay. That's the question. What did Frankie mean to me?
Yeah.
Frankie to me was a mentor, first off.
Yeah.
I saw him as a mentor, saw him as an older brother. I saw him as, me the type of person I am, I don't like running to people with my problems, you know what I mean? There's a select few people I'll do that with.
Yeah.
But Frankie, from the moment I met him, I knew he was the type of guy I could. Because one, he's not going to give you any bullshit back. He's going to give you just straightforward facts, the things you need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And that helped me a lot. It really did. So to me, he was a mentor. He was a mentor first and foremost. Second of all, Frankie to me, he was just an amazing soul, dude. He was just this person that lit up every room that he fucking walked in. He was, as I said, a brother. He was just a brother to me, man. And let me explain one more other thing to the crowd.
Do it.
Gotta explain this thing. I come from a family of, I have 4 females in my house, with 4 siblings. And a mother included. No father, only boy.
Oh, typical black man shit. Don't worry. Team light skin, team dark skin. We're both affected by that.
It'd be like that. But yeah, so I never had a brother growing up. You know what I mean? So like the connections I make with like, just the boys, I guess, I treat them like brotherhoods. True. Most of which, you know what I mean? So the people that I have close to me, I can definitely 100% say they're my brothers, you know what I mean? So, and Frankie was definitely one of them. He was a very important role, especially with not just his music stuff and not just the stuff in Geelong, just as a person, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's probably my reply. That's all I gotta really say for them, man.
Fuck, I fuck with that. No, like,
he's my brother, man.
Shout out to Frankie. Like, God rest your soul. God rest his soul. Continue watching over us and keep doing your thing.
100%.
Wait, like, bring us back to that. So you live at home with your mum and 3 sisters.
I love them.
You love them?
Oh, 4 sisters. And a niece. Sisters. And I got a niece now. Yeah, man, it's fun. Yo, look. Living with women like that, it's amazing. It has its ups and downs, you know what I mean? Like, living with people in general has its ups and downs. Yeah. Living with them, it's an experience. I've learned so much. I've learned so fucking much, I'd say. Like...
Are you the oldest?
No way. I have 2 older sisters, and I have 2 younger than me, so I'm right in the middle.
True, and the 2 older ones are still at home?
No, the oldest one's living in the town right now. She's like in an apartment up there, and she's studying psychology herself. Word. And yeah, big ups to her. And
go get it.
Pardon?
Go get it.
100%. She's a go-getter. She's good as. Second oldest sister, she's the one who has a baby now, so she's just full-time mother right now. And it's crazy seeing that transition, you know. But yeah, then there's me. I mean, doing my absolute best, doing my thing. And yeah, 2 younger ones. I got a 14-year-old and a 7-year-old. Fuck.
So there's a bit of a gap.
Yeah, they're just young. True. It's crazy seeing the generational difference too, to be honest.
Oh, bro. Like, don't even get it twisted. Like me and I was opposite. So there was 5 of us, 1 mum. And between me and my youngest brother, I think it's 14 years. So it's like, it's so different.
That's crazy.
And none of that little motherfucker lives a life as well because like
the youngest one.
We've made all the mistakes. So now mum just like lets him go.
I've dealt with it already.
Yeah. It doesn't matter like what she says at the end of the day, like individuals are going to be individuals. 100%. And he loves life. Yes. And it's good because it's filled him full of confidence and stuff as well. Like he's on a different level. Like you can't tell that boy what to do. 100%. Because he's just encouraged to follow his heart.
So do you feel like your guidance and the older brothers also kind of helped him get to that level?
I feel like I made all the mistakes. So mum's like, try that shit. I dare you.
Damn, testing you, boy.
Yeah. So I'm just like, he probably looks at me for that sort of thing. Yeah. But then at the same time, I feel so bad because I'm like, there's going to be periods that you can't go through because I went and did them first and made 100%. The mistakes. Yeah. But shit, it's a life we live. We can't do nothing about that. Wait, not only that, so, and you're all from Sudan. Yes. Like, when did the mum get here? When did your mum get here?
So my story is my mother getting to Australia or like the whole family just in general?
Wait, you tell us from where you want to tell us from.
Well, look, I was born in Kenya.
True?
I was born in Kenya, June 5th, 1998. And
June 5th, 1998. Baby. And, this motherfucker is young.
21. And yeah, lived in New Zealand for 10 years.
True.
Yeah, I grew up in Wellington over there, a little small town called Upper Hutt. Not that small these days, but you know.
Wait, and just quickly too, you got lucky. My cousins did the same shit. Grew born in Ghana, went to New Zealand. Man, New Zealand's got a fucking wild gang life.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
And it's so easy for like a fucking brother to get involved in all that shit. So
yeah,
you got lucky to get out.
It's a definitely, oh, yeah, I guess you could put it that way 100%. But it's one of them situations, I feel like New Zealand ain't that bad, man.
True.
It's more
I fuck with it.
It's like if you want to go search for that shit, you'll find it. You know, you'll find all of that. And that's kind of anywhere in life, really, too.
It really
you know,
is.
But
it's the same shit here. It's the same shit up north. Like, if that's what you want.
It's a bit hard when you're growing up around it, of course. You know, I was lucky enough to never be growing around that shit. You know, I mean, my parents did a good job. You know, they did their very best. You know, but a lot of the guys I know, especially right now that are still there, yeah, even guys down here, you know what I mean, can't really escape that shit. It's just, it's here. It's everywhere. But yeah, New Zealand's real good. New Zealand was a great learning experience, I'd say, for me.
True.
Yeah, it's a great learning experience. Living there for 10 years, fucking amazing. Then coming here to this country.
So how old were you when you left New Zealand?
I was 9 turning 10.
9 turning 10?
9 turning 10, yeah. And then I've been here since now. So it's like my 10th year now here too also. So
True.
yeah, big transition, dude, going from New Zealand to here, I would say. People say it's similar, and it is in certain parts, but in terms of society, it's totally different.
Break that down. Why is it totally different?
It's an interesting conversation. Let me put it this way. My entire view of Australia is pretty like, I love this country. This country's fucking amazing. Yeah, let's just put it right there. This country is amazing. You know, there's so many pros, so many cons to each and every country you visit in this world. But Australia, it's a functioning society. People do live in harmony. It's very diverse, and it's pretty great for that. But I feel like at the same time, there's like this unspoken truth that like nobody really fucks with anyone here. And everyone kind of just like, you know, side-eyeing everyone, but everyone's like, you know, it's all good, it's all good. You know what I mean? We can all still live in harmony at the same time. That's how I feel society runs here. Whereas like when I was looking in New Zealand and when I lived there for all this time, it was nothing but like true respect.
Interesting.
And true just love in the air.
Yeah.
People are always like, you know what, even if, I don't know where the fuck your country is, you know, they don't even know where you're from, but they'll treat you like a human, man. You know what I mean? And of course you get that here. But the thing is, I'm saying the select few, the people that are against that, there's so much more here than New Zealand. So much more hostility here than New Zealand. And it's like, fuck, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy seeing that. And even with the situation that happened with the mosque shooting in Christchurch, seeing people in New Zealand stand up and come together, it kind of shook the entire world. Everyone's like, oh my God, like, look, seeing how the Prime Minister dealt with it. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh my God, we need this. You know what I mean? And it's like, but this is how people are there. Everyone's just so loving, and it's like, it's crazy. People are loving here, of course, but I'm just like, whoa.
No, I know what you mean.
It's crazy, like seeing the difference, like seeing it and witnessing it and being a part of both these different societies and like actually seeing it in play. It's pretty fucking crazy, man.
Bro, I get you all too well.
I you know.
So like, you know, I grew up in Ballarat,
100%,
which is fucking like probably the whitest capital in Australia,
boy. And
then like that shit, everything you're talking about there wasn't hidden in Ballarat.
Oh, they just like tell it to you how it is, huh?
They told it to you how it is, and then like
it's always good.
It was interesting though because that made me learn a lot.
Oh yeah.
So that made me like trust that feeling of when I feel that energy, that there's a bit of tension there, just because like you're the only colored person in the room, that shit's real. Because I've been in those other situations where they're just like, "Where are you from?" I'm like,
well, I'm light skinned, man.
Like, fuck. Not even that. In them situations, you can't even play the light skin card. Because I'm like, I was born in Melbourne. They're like, nah, where you from? And I'm just like,
what? Yeah.
Like, all right, here we are. Here we are in this conversation now that only one of us wants to like really be a part of. It's like, what the hell? But then even moving up to Geelong.
Yeah.
It's still got it.
Yeah.
It's still got it. Like, there's certain places you go, certain people you will talk to, and you'll experience those exact same things. And as I said, I've learned to trust that gut instinct now. So now when it like comes across, I'm like, nah, I'm not having that.
Man, I've experienced that at school too, bro. Like, I finished up my high schooling here. It was like interesting too.
What high school did you go to?
Western Heights College, down in Hamilton Heights. Shout out to that.
And like, well, run us through that. Like, yeah, because that's a fucking.
I mean, look, in terms of like, you know, racist experiences, never really like truly copped that at school. And if I did, I shut it down quickly.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, for all those listening, if you're fucking going through that racist shit at school, if you don't fucking stomp that on the head immediately, your time's going to be fucked.
It's going to keep happening, bro.
Yeah.
And like, I learned that too because, you know, say for example, I had like, obviously had heaps of white friends.
Yeah.
you know, I was the only fucking black kid half the time at the school I was in. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know, I would say at the time I was young. You know, I'd say the N-word. To this day, I still say the N-word. And, you know, and I don't know. My friends, you know, you pick up habits. Of course, you pick up habits. That's the way I see it. They pick up the habit. I'm around them. I'm dropping this word, and they start to kind of, you know, use that around me. And like through time, I grew up to realize it wasn't okay.
Yeah.
At the time, I was kind of just like, oh yeah, I'm young.
You're allowed.
You do your thing, man. I know you're not saying it to offend me. It's all good, whatever. I can see the difference between, you know, someone saying it to offend me and someone that's not. But then it's like,
it's that line.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's just like,
no, it's they'll say it in public.
Not even that. They'll go off to their friends that aren't black, start using it. They'll pick up those habits. It'll pass around, and it goes like that, and it grows and it grows. You know, I've been in trains in Melbourne, and like there's been Asian fellas. They'll just be casually dropping it in like, you know, in a conversation between you and me, like right now. And like they'll see me and be like, oh fuck. Sorry, man, sorry. And I'm just like, yo, why are you sorry?
I was like, don't be sorry.
Like, yo, if you didn't have a problem saying it before, why have a problem now? Now that you've seen me, like, you know, why are you tripping? Keep that same energy. Don't be doing that. Like, you know, I'm not offended. I know you're saying it to me. I know you're just being an idiot. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Keep your ignorance to yourself. That's sweet. But like, I don't know. The world, it's gone to the point. You can blame urban culture. You can blame so many different things. But it's just like, you know, at the end of the day, it's just fucked. You can't fight that. You just, I don't know. I could argue with every single person that says that word in this world, but I'll be doing it till the day I die.
Literally.
I'd be doing it to the day I fucking die.
And it's not worth it.
No, you just got to educate, I guess. You just got to really, because so many people don't understand too. So many people don't understand. So many people don't truly understand how many people really suffered. Yeah, they might be like, oh yeah, slavery, cool. That's it. That's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
They don't really understand. You know what I mean? That's really, truly as far as it goes. And
man, and then like fuck, we're here now, and it gets so much deeper than that. Like,
no, 100% it does.
Like they say, PTSD can be passed down like through bloodlines and stuff like that.
Crazy.
So it's like we've literally like, me and Jack fucking we're from Ghana, and Ghana has like the coast, so it's got the water and shit. When we were literally over there, we were fucking in like the slave castles.
Yeah.
So where slaves would go in there, and then they'd be shipped out to the States. And like we went on like this little tour thing. It was the fucking most uncomfortable experience that I've ever had in my entire life. Because the whole time I was there, it literally felt like I was copping flashbacks. It was disgusting. Like I had like...
Just didn't feel it, huh?
Me, my brother, my dad, we all felt the same way. We were like, this shit's fucking... Like this is a little bit too close to home.
Wow.
And not only that, so there's this big like... You know how there's castles in movies?
Yeah.
Like a big castle in a movie with one big fuck off door. It comes down. Oh no, sorry, it goes up like they do. It goes up. Literally, you get pushed into this little all black room, and it's disgusting. There's no lights. There's no windows. Like it's like it still smells of piss and shit because there's no, and like they'd cram hundreds and hundreds of people into this bit.
It's disgusting, bro.
And then the only time you see the sunlight, the doors would open wide like that, and then you go straight on the boat. And then you get shipped off to the States.
Wherever you go.
Bro, we were like, when we were in that situation, that door slammed shut, my heart fucking jumped. Like, I was just like, oh shit. Like, this is literally what happened. And then it's like, then the rest is history. And it was just, it was so fucked to see.
How'd that make you feel, though?
How'd it make me feel?
How'd it make you feel seeing that, experiencing that?
You know, it was weird. I was young too.
Yeah. How old are you?
Fuck, I was 10.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
But I just knew. I just knew. And it was weird, like I fucking like cuddled up to mum because it was like just dark and shit and you felt unsettled. But then when I looked around, me, mum and Jack, like dad fucking, like that was when dad was still around, all of us were cuddled. And we're just like, this is literally what fucking the slaves dead set would have been doing before being shipped out. Just like all hugging around the strongest individual in that family and just like fucking praying. That's if you were one of those lucky fucking slaves that got shipped off with their family. Not to mention the ones that were just fucking captured, taken from their families and fucking...
Shipped off to God knows where, yeah.
Man, well, not only that, think about the shit they saw too. Half the time they were forcefully removed from their families. So they're fucking no surprise to see your dad get killed. No surprise to see your mum get killed. No surprise to see your sister raped. Now you're in a black hole, getting ready to fucking get shipped to go work for like...
It's a next level fucking experience, man. That shit's fucked. Like, I don't know.
Like, bro, when we say white people shouldn't use the N-word, it's like, unless you fucking gone through that shit, like, nah, don't. And not even... It's really funny. And And this is an interesting perspective on it, but I was fucking listening to a cunt that was explaining some shit about it. And he's like the fucking N-word, it's our word, but in reality it wasn't given to us.
No.
So in reality it was given to us by the white fucking like slave owners that used to fucking boss us around.
And what was his logic here? He was saying that what? It's their word.
Yeah, let me land. So it was like, it was fucking used to degrade us. And now, honestly, if you were those fucking same like slave owners that have fucking passed on your generations and your generations of wealth have all been passed on, that dude who's probably nearly like, he might not be still alive, but his fucking son probably is still alive. And he'd be like fucking 100 years old. But he'd be looking at today's rap and being like, look at these monkeys still fucking dancing.
Wow.
But only this time, we're doing it for our fucking, like, we're doing it for ourselves.
Yeah.
And when he said that, it made me think so much differently. Because I thought about all the times I'd been at rap shows.
And it's on. It's all around you.
Yeah.
100%.
And not only that, you're like fucking one of only 4 black people at an actual rap concert from a black artist. Even the artist knows it's fucked because he's looking at you like, I'm like, you're the one that fucking said in your song. Now there's like 100 people either side of me saying it as well.
Yeah, I get that. I get asked that quite regularly, actually. If people mind if, like, you know, they rap it back to me in my own lyrics. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, it's a tough one. It can be a tough one because at the end of the day, I'll just be a fucking hypocrite if I'm like, yo, no, you can't say that. You know what I mean? I wrote the song. You know what I mean? I made the beat. I put it all together. You know what I mean? I gave you this package, and I'm like, here, be entertained. And here you are being entertained by it, but I'm like, wait, you can't say that word. You know what I mean? So you can look at it in that light too, and that's how some people feel, but yeah, don't fucking say it. It's like, just don't say it. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know. Is it that hard not to say a word?
But then like
is it?
Like, fuck.
Like, is it though? If you know you're going to offend a fuck ton of people, is it that hard?
But then that's what makes me question why some people say it.
Oh, well. No.
And then like, it's almost one of those things like, fuck, you said this to try and provoke. But then, I want to go back to you saying that, like being a rapper and like saying that word, especially where we are.
Yeah.
Is there parts of you that thinks that maybe you shouldn't write it in?
Definitely. There's definitely parts of me that I'm like, you know what, no. But to me, it really kind of depends on the context of the song. Depends on where I'm trying to take the music. Depends on where I'm trying to take the lyrical content too. You know, if it goes down that path and I feel as if it's necessary, then yeah. But it's not like I'm abusing the N-word, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm abusing the N-word on like each and every single sentence I'm writing. Fuck no. But like, you know, there's flows. There's a nigga flow. There's things like that, you know? Like guys like Lil Wayne, prime example. They use that shit, you know what I mean? But I don't know, you can get guys like from Lil Wayne down to J. Cole doing that shit too. So it's like, I don't know. If I want to use that, then why can't I use it?
Yeah, you should be able to.
You know what I mean? Why can't I use it? But then again, at the same time,
you live in Australia and all your fans are fucking Caucasian. So bro, it's like,
it's not even that. That doesn't bug me. I know it bugs some people, but that doesn't bug me. If you're a fan of my music, you're a fan of my music, and I love you for it. You know
like, oh, you should never like.
Yeah, I don't know. I see that. I see that heaps actually. Even as you were saying, going to a rap show and you're like one of the only 4 black people there, see white people. What's wrong with that? Like, so many people actually fucking roast people for that. But
what do you mean?
Oh, I see it all over comments and everything, man. A guy like Lil Yachty or a guy like, I don't know, Kendrick will come down and it's a bunch of, you know, just white people in the crowd. And it's like, I don't know, people always come for people at that. But it's like, I don't know, at the end of the day, they're the ones that were quick enough to be like, all right, I want to go see this person and pay for the ticket. I don't know, there's just a fair explanation behind it. And a lot of people just let's come for him. I don't know. I'd be happy as an artist. Don't give a fuck.
Shit, if you sell out.
Like, you know, it's not even that. Like, I appreciate you guys for being there. Like, I don't give a fuck. Crowd full of white people, black people, Asian.
Man, like, that's what I mean. Like, as long as the tickets are bought, like, and you've sold out your show, like, that's just a win.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's a dub. It's just the fact that people even fuck with you. That's enough to be like, all right. I don't know. But the fact you get actual artists that complain about this is kind of beyond me. I don't know. Kind of makes you think some people aren't doing it for the love of it, man.
No, they're not. They're not. Because if you're doing it for the love, you wouldn't care where the love comes from. 100%. Just as long as it's love.
It's love, man.
And then it's not only that, you can be fucking... I don't know, because I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
And when you're like, it's just a word, I'm like, you can't really fucking go around telling people to use another word. Like, if you're saying it in a hook, Like, you kind of can't be surprised when it gets hooked, sung back to you. But then it's just like, is that really the case? Like, should it really be that way?
Maybe nobody should just say it at all.
But then it's like, fuck, who are we? And like, even though we're fucking people like this, it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, the next man can go out and just say it 157 times and then it just makes it normal again. So it's like, individuals are going to be individuals. I guess it's just, literally, the power all comes back to you.
100%.
It all depends on like what you want to hear.
I choose to react to the situation
being rapped back to you.
Well, them too. But I reckon it depends on like how you react to the situation too. I mean, if some random Caucasian came up to me and was just like, "You fucking nigger," I'd be like, "Damn." I'd be like, what's wrong with you? Like, first off, I don't even know you. But why is there so much hatred in your heart? You know what I mean? Like, what's your problem? Yeah. I've had it happen to me, yo. It's crazy. Bro. It's actually crazy seeing people like this. You're like, wow, people like this actually exist. It's crazy. It's a crazy reality check. It's like, yo, like, there is a simple reason for, just simple-minded people out there to really hate me. It's because I'm black. That's it. That's the only reason they need. Because my skin's different. Because I have a different culture. That's it. Some people will really come up to me and do that shit. It's crazy. But
and then you can't dodge it.
Oh, well, if someone came up to me and called me N-word, bro, it just depends on my reaction to the situation, I feel. It totally depends on me. Like, I choose to give you that power, out of my reaction.
Yeah.
You come at me and I'm like, oh, let's fight. Let's beat each other up now. Then, you got that reaction out of me. That's cool, but I could just walk away from that shit.
None of that. Then
just walk away from that shit, man.
If you to do that, and especially, like, I've had to, like, fucking, you learn that the hard way. Like, I'm bigger than most. So if I fucking react like that, and fucking a fight breaks out, everyone calls the police.
Wow.
Guess who gets in trouble?
My ass.
The bigger cunt.
My ass.
It's never the little one, and I'm like, this man did that. You say that to a fucking police officer who's grown up in the country. It's not going to matter.
Too, yeah.
It's not going to matter.
In the country too.
It's not going to matter.
It's a different story in the country, bro.
But then that's where I've made it. I actually had a situation the last time I was fucking in town.
Yeah.
Was at Sailor's Rest.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't be putting them on blast like this, but fuck him.
Oh, what happened? Good spot, man. Last night, check what happened.
Yeah, well, like, shit. We're out there, we're in the smokers, upstairs on the deck. And this actually pissed me off. Like, one of my things now, when people say that shit in public, like, I will roast them.
Oh,
especially if you say it so, like, confidently and, like...
Always.
Just, like... So the backstory was... Her friend was Canadian.
Yeah.
And they're sitting across from us and she's telling us how her friend's hood, just because she's from Canada and has an American accent.
She's thug, is she?
Yeah, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I'm like, please stop talking now. You're already bothering me. Like, and I know where this is going. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. And then what does the friend do? The friend fucking's like, yeah, she's my nigga, y'all. And just fucking keeps banging on. Man, I'm sitting there with Phillips and Gus, my two housemates, and as soon as she said that, they've looked at me and they're like, don't, it's not worth it. And I'm like,
in the room, you shouldn't say that.
Bro, I fucking
For real, yeah?
tore shreds. For like a solid 15 minutes, I told her why she should not be doing this shit. And not only that, had the nerve to fucking like try and come back at me.
Yeah, true.
Like she was like, don't talk to me like that, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, are you dumb? Did you fucking go around casually just throwing this word out there in every public setting you're in? And then, like, it was to the point, everything she said, I just had an answer for. And even her friend who was Canadian was just like, no, she was telling her to, like, shh. And then they ended up leaving. And then I saw them later that night at the bar. She tries to buy me a drink. And I'm like, don't fucking pity me as well. If you're confident enough to use that shit in public, like, who knows what you do in your home? And I'm telling you right now, I don't want to be around that.
You know what's funny? Despite what you said to her, she probably doesn't even understand what she did wrong.
Yep.
And it's like, all right. It's like she's going to forever just roam around until she, I guess, experiences something like that. Or
no, I don't think she'll say it again.
You sure? What'd you say to her, bro?
Man, I had sipped a bit of rum and juice that night. So I was fucking...
Loose lips, yeah?
Yeah, I probably gave her like a 15-minute documentary on like how slaves were sold and how like her grandparents probably participated in that. But I don't even think she was ready for education because this is it. It was so funny. When I put her on blast about it, instead of just listening to what I had to say, she almost tried to challenge everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who are you? You're already in the wrong and you're not even accepting you're wrong. Rather, you're just trying to challenge everything that I'm saying to you. Like, nah, I wasn't having that. And I think that fucking push me that little bit further.
I don't blame you, like, at all. Like, I really do not, considering she was 100% in the wrong. So some people have that mindset though. Eh?
It's not uncommon though. That's the thing. Like I haven't gone off like that for a while. And usually I don't. But I was fucking. I guess I was in my feelings that day.
You just had time that day. You had time, man. Don't test me.
And then like, fuck. You're like, yeah. And no part of me even feels bad too.
Oh, you shouldn't. You know, I hope she learned something out of that experience. Yeah.
Man, I hope she's watching this and she just reflects. And then if she's been saying it after that day, she'll be like, fuck, that was him.
She probably will. She probably will be, bro. She probably will be, you know what I mean? Because once again, as I said, it passes around. If she's doing it like that, I bet your friends are dropping it like that. You know what I mean? Man,
just the nerve. She was so confident when she said it, bro. It made me so upset. So confident. Like, And it was almost like I was sitting there and like, do you not see me?
Oh.
But like they were directing it at me.
Probably didn't care. They probably didn't even care you were there. It's just cool to say, man.
Fuck.
It's not though.
There's not any part of me that listens to that word and is like, "Oi, this word's really fucking cool. I'm gonna go around saying it."
People just, I don't know. Some people think like that. Some people really think like that, and it's like, all right. I don't know. I just totally don't even know how to react to that. To be honest, it's just like you're fucked. Like there's something wrong with you.
Bad.
But yeah, I don't know. I've gotten to the point of just. So I can't ever let it just slide.
Yeah.
I can't ever just let it slide. Half the time I don't even have to say anything. They come to me because they realize that I'm in the room or something. And they're like, oh shit, like, can't just be dropping that. There's a black guy in here, you know? But
if it's like black guy not in the room, fucking
dude,
shouldn't just be dropping
you shouldn't be saying it in general. That's my number one question to him. I'm like, okay, if I wasn't in here, would you be saying it?
And then they lie to you.
Oh no, it's like that. They'll be like, oh no, of course they'll lie. No one's gonna ever be like, yes, I will. You know what I mean? They'll 100% just try bullshit their way out of the situation. But it's like, if you don't have a problem saying it when I'm not around, you should have a problem saying it to my face. That's what I'm saying. I fucking lost myself. I lost myself. If you don't have a problem saying I'm not around, don't say it when I'm there, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
like,
nuts.
I don't know.
Man,
then, don't say it in general then. Like, if there's a confliction there, just don't say it in general.
Yeah.
It makes your life easier. This is a lesson to y'all, man. Like, it makes your life easier. Just don't say the fucking N-word. Like, it's that simple.
I know that, bro.
Like, what's the situation here? I don't know.
Have you seen a dictionary? Them shits are like 400 pages long. There's fucking so many other words you can use. So many other words you can use. But why that one?
To what, degrade a black man?
Yeah.
Fair.
And then people don't like, fuck. And every time you hear it too,
wait, are you saying people should learn more words to degrade black people?
Nah, people should learn other words. Oh, like, fuck. Wait, you know what's fucked up though? Wait, if that was the case, I'd rather them educate themselves in other ways to sort of say it in conversation.
Like, yo, roast us about our habits, man. That's funny. Like, who doesn't fucking love that? It's a good time. You look at stand-ups do it all the time. Stand-up comedians have mastered that craft.
I do. But then I'm one of them people I'd rather know. You know what I mean? I'd rather not feel the energy of like them subtly. I'd rather know when someone's racist than have them hide it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when you feel the energy, like I'd rather them almost fucking say something else that sort of gives it away so I can be like, sick, done, not having like nothing more to do with you.
Yep.
Than rather than just entertaining them because they haven't been confident in themselves to express how they really feel. And now it's like you're hanging out with someone that already doesn't like you just because of the color of your skin.
Oh, yeah, it'd be like that, bro.
It's like, what am I doing? It's like, what am I doing? Like, oh, but anyway, take us back. So,
true.
you finished school.
Yes, sir.
You went through all of the school journeys.
Yes, sir.
Now where are we?
Man, right now, we're currently trying to build Bay City.
Yeah.
Right
now, so after school, like you were 18, now you're 21. 18, what happened in those 3 years?
Okay, those 3 years, woo, I've been learning, man. I've been learning a lot. I've just been taking life lessons left, right, front, and center.
Like what? What kind of lessons come Manny Lado's way?
Just life, bro. Just, growing up, as I said, in my household, I have a partner now. No, not now. Now. Sorry, baby. It's been 6 years. Oh my God, something about now.
6 years?
It's been 6 years.
My days, that's some time.
Oh yeah, my whole high school experience was spent with her.
True?
Yeah. Shout out to Kitty Gosh. But yeah, after high school was just, that typical transition from the teenage lifestyle to adulthood, really. You know what I mean? And I was just trying to like stand on my own 2 feet in that situation. I got into full-time work. I got into just spending the rest of my time in the studio. And around that time, I tried to pick up producing too. Oh, that was the following year, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, So music was just full out from there. Once I got out of school, I started at SAE for a bit.
What's an SAE?
SAE Institute. It's like an academy of sorts, basically. There's like, they do film, they do audio stuff there. So I was doing sound engineering there.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of like animators and just a lot of creatives. It was pretty amazing, to be honest. It was just a bunch of creators, left, right, front, and center, from the teachers to the students. And it was great. It was a great experience. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I learned a lot there. I learned my basics of just, vocal processing and not producing at that time, although I wanted to.
Yeah.
They didn't offer that for my course, so... Yeah,
you had to figure it out.
Basically. So around that time, I was also linking up with Lohalani and a lot of the Bay City boys. We were just building Bay City. Mm-hmm. Been mentioning a lot. I should probably talk about Bay City. Hey.
Like, bro, we're there now.
Yeah, basically, Bay City, man. Bay City is, to me, Bay City's two things.
Two things?
Two things. First and foremost, it's a collective of creators.
Yeah.
It's an entire collective of creators. We have singers, rappers, dancers, engineers, or sound engineers, I should say. And, producers also. You got guys doing graphics work. We just got a bunch of motherfuckers, man. It's just a crazy collective, all from Geelong, aka Bay City, being the name. And, yeah. So there's, out of rappers right now, there's Young Juicebox, myself, Lohalani, and we teamed up with Social Blight, Nick Minor, our DJ. A lot more than just DJ too, older brother. On top of that,
Uncle Andy,
Uncle motherfucking Andy. He's a man. And yeah, worked with guys like Braden Fun Films. So it was Nick Minor and Fun Films have been on this show. Yeah. So you're gonna see the episodes.
Wait, on them too.
What's up?
The people want to know. Are you sweet with Braden again? You clear that rogue debt?
Never had a problem with Braden.
Sick.
Never had a problem with Braden.
Yeah, you had to come here. You had to
also
clarify
my older
that.
brother, bro.
Had to come and clarify that.
That's another thing about Bay City. That's the thing. We're family, man.
Yeah,
we're a family.
You're family and a team.
Fucking family, and it's crazy. Like, especially leaving school. Let me go back a bit. When I was 18, it was pretty crazy. When I was making music here, I was sitting there like, yo, who else around Geelong is making music? I really felt like I was the only guy making music because I didn't hear anything from anyone else.
Yeah.
And it was just like, boom. All these thoughts I was manifesting, all these things kind of just happened. It just appeared, man. It just happened. And, Long Line is coming in here, Juicebox there, and then the whole Bay City, I just meet all these crazy creatives on some next level shit. And yeah, we just built this super group, dude. And yeah, we're just trying to do our best for Geelong. We're just putting this town on the map. You know what I mean? It's been a roller coaster, but it's been worth it each and every single moment. You know what I mean? Created some crazy bonds. I've met some crazy people. I've met some amazing people. I've had some crazy moments. I've just had some crazy ass moments. You know what I mean? Some moments I'll never ever forget for the rest of my life. And
it's funny how you talk about manifesting it though.
Yeah.
Because I remember I first got put onto you through Boom.
Fair.
And like big up to Boom. But he was telling me about how you're doing your rap thing and also studying law. And I was just like...
That's the thing I was going to do.
That's the thing you were going to do?
I had to sacrifice that. I'm deferred right now. But I had to sacrifice that for this year. I was like, I can't be balancing both. I have to be honest with myself. I simply did not believe I could. Especially when I want to throw work into that equation. I was like, that can't happen. What do I want to do more right now? Don't want to study or don't want to make music? Don't want to really push this. So I'm pushing that.
That's important because, like, especially Braden, he talks about it so well in how when you find something you love, you really have to double down.
100%.
Because you can't have, because at that point, there's too many things. How you going to try and rap? How you going to try and work? And how you going to try and study law? Like, where do you have any time to be Manny Lado? It's just like, there's no time for that.
I figured that I work in like hard, crazy jobs too. I used to work from like 7 to 3 a.m. I was doing those nasty ass graveyard shifts.
Doing what?
I was working up at like this abattoir, man. It was interesting, yeah. And I was just doing machine maintenance there, dude. It was pretty easy what I had to do, to be honest. I was just like walking around these massive like conveyor belts and like checking bolts and whatnot and just replacing it. Yeah, I was just on some entry level shit. So it was just like, all right, I was easy. I never had to do the advanced jobs.
Yeah, it's just factory work.
Yeah, it's factory work on late at night. But the thing is, they say 3 a.m. You'd clock off at 5 and it's like, I want to go home. I'll get home, pass out, wake up at 2 maybe. And then from there, it's like, fuck, a couple hours later, I got to go to work. I try and make a song in that time frame, but it's like, I'm tired as shit. My mind's just not working. I need to eat. I need to go, get ready, do all that stuff. And it's like, once I've done all that, it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Got to go to work. And yeah.
And that cycle just keeps repeating.
Yeah, I did that for about like 11 months. And just did not end well for me. That job made me fucking depressed as shit.
Bro, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Shit. It's crazy. Couldn't make music, which was my release. You know what I mean? I even like my social life. I'm an extremely social person.
Yeah.
I love having people around me. You know, I love having the people I keep close around me, and all people that are gonna inspire me. You know, in terms of just like music or even other things. You know,
Just help you grow, bro.
legit, 100%. And so not having that, going from having that, you know, whenever I want to basically have that around me to can't have that at all. Fuck, I was like, whoa, like. It was this crazy change. It was this crazy just transition in my life. You know, not seeing my girlfriend as much even. Just, you know, another person that helps me just release everything, you know. And it was just...
So what did you do to switch that up? You just had to quit?
I had to make a decision. I had to make that mental decision. And I'm like, honestly, it was one of the best things I did. It was fucking amazing. It was a great experience, you know. You know, I met a lot of beautiful people there too. But, yeah, it just wasn't for me. You know, it's not something I could stay for the rest of my life doing. Fuck no. I never saw myself doing that. So.
No.
Yeah.
Just something to get you by in the meantime.
100%, and it did. But yeah, learned a lot of lessons there. But yeah, that was around the ages of 18 to 19. No, that was 19. That was 19.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And the rest of the time you've just been grinding.
For the rest of the time, dude, literally all I do is just sit at home. Like,
True.
I don't leave the house like that. Like, unless I need to.
Yeah.
Or, you know, as I said, being social. If I'm seeing some friends and shit, then yeah, that's about it. I'm not fucking gonna leave my house, man. Like, that's just not me.
You know what happens when you go outside. So it's like,
oh yeah,
is it really worth it?
Oh, exactly. And plus, I got everything at home. I got everything at home. I have my whole studio set up there. Unless I'm going to like one of the boys' houses to record or anything, like I have no true reason to leave. I have everything that I need there. So yeah, that's just me basically.
Until the next thing comes, and then it's game over.
Basically.
Shit. Oh fuck! I guess we might as well address it.
What's up?
So on Instagram, you've got a blue profile picture.
Yes, sir.
Why? And then not only that, let's just go with why.
Well, there's currently a situation going on in North Sudan. Well, I should say Sudan in general, meaning North and South Sudan, because there's no light shone on the situation in South Sudan either. But there's a situation in North Sudan happening right now, not even a bit, it's a bloody crisis. You know, people are getting killed out there, women are getting raped, children are getting raped, men are getting raped, and this entire situation is basically stemmed off of the government and how the president, what was his name? That's Salva Kiir, South Sudan. Omar al-Bashir was the president of North Sudan for 21 years. And basically what he was doing was increasing the cost of living, over there in Sudan to the point where basic things from like, you know, bread was just becoming way too expensive for the average person.
True.
Yeah, and so the people kind of gathered together and rallied together, and it was peaceful protests at first, saying they want him removed. You know, and from there, it went from, it wasn't wanting him removed, it was wanting everything to kind of drop down, you know, the cost of living to go down, everything needs to just drop down so that these people can fucking afford to live. Just some basic real things, you know what I mean? And from there, he's laughing.
From there, in the background.
And yeah, from there, these peaceful protests kind of turned hostile, basically, and the people wanted. Pardon?
What was it like? What point turned it hostile?
Oh, apparently it was just like, you know, the military trying to gain control of these massive crowds that were, you know, trying to rally, basically.
So Sudan, they've got militarized police.
Not police. The military is called in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So like, wait. So in Ghana, there's not just like cops, but then like there's militarized police. Yeah.
I believe in most African countries it would be like this, but yeah, I don't believe at least I haven't heard anything like this in Sudan. Maybe it does exist. Maybe I'm just ignorant to that. Maybe, but yeah. So from there, the people were trying to protest and just get everything to drop down a little in price. And from what I've been hearing, it turned violent once people started chanting for him to. Oh, sorry, no, it didn't turn violent then. People were chanting for Omar Bashir to be removed from presidency.
Yeah.
He was removed, and from there, the military took over.
Fuck. Because that's what happens.
Happens. You know, someone has to govern the country, I guess, in such a situation, you know. And I guess them originally stepping up wasn't too bad, apparently. Apparently it wasn't too bad. Apparently the first few days were pretty sweet, but then from what I heard, it was some peaceful protests once again happening. And... Oh, sorry, let me strip it back. I did a shit job explaining this. What happened was Omar Bashir had his seat removed as president. And from there, military takes over. They agreed, I think it was a 3 year deal or like a year deal or something like that with the people of South Sudan. Oh, no, Sudan, sorry. And in that 3 years, they will run the government. They'll run the entire government of the country, basically.
Wait, the military?
The military. They'll run everything, and the people can finally get their say of who they want to run once this time has been up. And that was the original agreement. And people were okay with this. Like, well, I think it was more of a 50-50 issue because some people were protesting. Once people started protesting, that's when everything started happening. That's what kick-started everything in North Sudan right now, apparently. So, yeah, people were getting just killed. And it's crazy because, like, when it first started happening, you know, I heard about it through social media, like most of us did. Most people heard this story through social media, not like, you know, some Channel 7 or CNN or anything like that.
I don't even think they've yet to this day covered it.
I don't think they have either.
Which fucking...
Just fuck Channel 7. They're so full of shit. But even Australian media in general is full of shit. But yeah, so basically what happened with that, people started getting just fucking killed, dude. It was the most intense shit. I started seeing all this stuff, and I remember showing my mother. And my mom actually grew up in Khartoum, the capital city. Khartoum, the capital city of North Sudan. And yo, her heart was broken, man. She was like, you know, I grew up here. You know, never once have I ever seen people getting killed just on the streets like this. This is not a thing to happen in North Sudan. And yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking. Even just seeing that, it was heart-wrenching, dude. But yeah,
that's actually fucked.
Even now, I believe it was like 3 days ago. There was a total. It was about a couple months. Oh, how long has the situation been going on for now?
Man, this situation, like, that's, you know what's nuts? We've been like rescheduling our episode for maybe 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah, probably. I think it's 6 weeks since we first spoke about it.
Yeah.
And it started 2 weeks before then. So it's almost been going on for 2 months now. And has it changed?
Well, put it that way. It's only been going on for 2 months now. In North Sudan, what the government did was remove all internet access. So that's been going on. That only got lifted, I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago. That's when I first heard of that. People started getting in contact with their family back there and stuff through just Facebook and simple things like that. They couldn't get in contact with anybody for a while. It's pretty fucked, man. And in that time frame, so many people died.
It's so fucked up that, one, the government can go around actually doing things like that.
They can do whatever they want.
Bro, how do you turn the internet off? Throw bodies in, like...
Yeah, how the fuck do you turn the internet off?
And then throw bodies in the river. It's like, what do you mean?
The Nile was fucked. The Nile River. 100%.
Some evil shit.
All those photos were released. All the videos. People have started to show the world. And it's only recent now. The thing is, it's crazy. It's like, where's the UN and all of this shit? You know? But then you hear things like the military of South Sudan are getting, like, you know, funded by the UN. Not the UN, sorry, the EU. And it's just little things like that is pretty interesting.
It doesn't make sense.
On. Oh, it's pretty fucking crazy, dude. Sudan itself, it's like... It's a fucked... I hate to say it, but just to keep it real, it's a fucked country. North and South. The situation down South is a tribalistic war that's been happening since 2011. Death tolls nearly 1 million people. And all in the name of... truthfully speaking, it's I don't even know. It's like, you can say it's tribalism, but then it's like...
It's almost gone on for too long now.
It's like, beyond this.
It's like, is this just the normal?
It's crazy. I don't know. It's a topic I've had so many times, a conversation about so many times. I don't know. It's almost as if, like, guys like me, I feel like as if guys like me in Australia and guys like these guys here that I brought along today and, like, just the generation growing up in a more privileged society, I'd say, there's a weird split between us. Some of us are like, we want to do our best because we are representing our people, 100%. Every time I step out the door, I'm representing South Sudan.
Bro, every time you step out your door in Australia, you're a Sudanese boy.
I'm a Sudanese man.
In Australia.
First and foremost, you know, people see me. I'm not
Australian.
Well, no, that's what they see at least. You know what I mean? They might speak to me, it might be a different story. But yeah, so it's like, we just got to do our best so we can help everything out back there. That's how I feel. But some of us actually just don't care. Some of us are just like, I'm not there.
Man, some of you like, some of you are hurt. Yeah. Some of you are broken.
Yeah.
And some of you are sad. Which just makes complete sense. Like, fuck, nothing pisses me off more than when the media starts banging on about Sudanese gangs. And I'm like, I love it how they're so quick to jump on Sudanese gangs, but won't even talk about what's going on there currently. And that's just
a fact right there.
Man, I've put all of that shit on displacement. Because it's like, imagine you've been forced to leave your country because the government wants to kill your family. So you fucking pack all your shit up, jump on a boat, and fucking get to the next place you can. And then not only that, arrive in the next place, but then not have anywhere to go. So you just get lumped in a community with people who have done similar things as you, and you just get exiled from the rest of the community. None of those people in the community that currently live there want anything to do with you because they just hear about all the fuckery that's going on overseas and equate you to be that same bad person. And Tupac said it best. Like at the start, we're going to be knocking on the door asking for food. And then there's only so many weeks that people can be knocking on the door asking food before the door gets kicked down because they're hungry and the people want the food.
100%.
And like all of that, that's why when people say society progresses, I say society regresses.
Do you feel like that's what's happening in Australia right now?
Like, bro, it's happening so much on so many different levels. Like now they're labeling fucking... Like right now, if all of us all went outside...
It'd be an interesting group.
And one of us had a duffel bag, someone would call the police on us.
Possibly, 100%.
It's absolutely fucked. No, especially if we were just like all standing around, especially in the area we live, and if like we're all wearing hoods, all of us are going to wear hoods because fucking 0 degrees outside, someone is going to look upon us and have an issue with that.
We're apparently shifty, yeah. I don't know. I guess you could just blame it on the fear of, like, you know, just not understanding. People just don't understand. I don't know. I mean, like, do we really get that? Like, it's crazy that we get that effect on people. You know what I mean? Me and like 3 of my friends, you know, like, oh, fuck, something's going on there. That's a nasty group. I should call the police. I feel unsafe. Like,
I feel threatened.
Why? Like, what have I done? Because I'm playing music loudly? I mean, that might not even be the case. I could just be there. It's just my presence brings you discomfort. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. I've dealt with that my whole life.
And knowing that, like, what can you do about that?
Nothing. I'm sorry you feel threatened. Like, what? Like, what? What do you want me to say? Like, just leave this room? Like, I don't know. I just don't know. It's such a confusing thing. Because I don't understand that mindset. I don't possess that. So it's like, what do you want me to do right now?
It's like,
I'm black. I'm not a fucking chameleon. I can't just, you know, boom. Like, nah. I'm gonna stay true to my core anyway. And it's like, all right. Hopefully you learn how to get over all this shit.
Man, that leads me to, like, that's interesting. So, like, on a whole, what do you reckon it's like being Sudanese? Like, I've fucking said this from day one. I was like, being African in Australia is hard, but being fucking Sudanese in Australia is fucking even harder.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we're at the forefront of this bullshit right now.
Bro, for someone who's, like, a stone's throw away, you just cop it all.
We're copping it bad. We're copping it bad right now. The thing is, I feel like, well, I mean, to be honest, it's on us to some extent.
I still blame displacement.
Yeah. I can't, oh, nah, man. Sometimes it's just ignorant shit. Sometimes there's a lot of ignorant shit happening. There's a lot of crazy young boys going on just doing shit. But, I mean...
There's a lot of young, lost boys that have no sense of direction, who can't get ahead.
Yeah.
And who are bored.
100%. Oh, dude, I totally get it. I totally understand their mindsets, you know what I mean? But it's like, you just gotta help them. I feel like with kids like this, you just gotta not give up on them. That's all it is. They'll learn.
But it's not us that's given up on them. That's what's fucked. It's society. Society can't just look at someone just because like the wrinkles in the forehead, the darker shade. It's like that's not a reason to fucking rule this person out.
Oh, hell no. I don't know, man. Like, this to answer your question, basically, I reckon being Sudanese in Australia is, I'll definitely say difficult. I'll definitely say difficult being one. I mean, as I said, growing up in a place like Geelong really fucking taught me a lot of stuff. It really taught me that, one, people don't really understand anything about me, where I'm from, my culture, the basic things I grew up learning as a kid around my family. You know what I mean? People don't understand anything, and I mean anything about that. Zilch, nothing. And that is beyond me because I live here in Australia and I'm learning and soaking up your culture. So I understand a lot about you guys. You guys understand nothing about me. And like, when I realized that as a kid, I was like, holy shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm surrounded by people that, you know, sometimes, one, don't like me. 2, they don't understand me. So, you know, I don't feel safe. You know what I mean? That was one thing as a kid. I was just like, I don't feel safe. Like, because at any time, these people could just fucking do whatever.
Bro, we've seen it.
Do whatever. Oh, 100%. Look at Aboriginal people in this country, man. I'm sure you might work with a couple. I'm sure you've seen a couple around. Like, the statistics behind the negativity around these people is fucking crazy. The situations they're dealing with is fucking crazy. And that's another thing when I mention, like, you know, just New Zealand and Australia once again. How they treat the Indigenous people in this country compared to New Zealand is fucked. It's so sad. It broke my heart coming here, man. like seeing that shit here, I was like, why do people just not care about Aboriginal people? Like, you know, because like I've never, like, living in New Zealand, I never learned about Aboriginal people, never heard about that stuff ever. Like, their people didn't exist to me. You know what I mean? Aboriginals wasn't a thing. I did not understand it, and so I came here. You know, once living in New Zealand for 10 years, soaking up the Māori culture, soaking up the the Indigenous people over there. You know, Kib.
Yeah.
Māoris are beautiful people. They're such fucking beautiful people. And they really vibe and really have this true understanding with the people, or the average people in, you know, New Zealand over there. Everyone kind of understands one another, and kind of connects together on this crazy level. Came here. I see Aboriginal people just getting talked down upon left, right, front, and center. And I'm like, hold up, there's some people out there that look like me that are getting shit on in this country. And I don't understand why. So I was looking into it like a bit more, and like now, and then just seeing their history basically till now, fuck. Oh, fuck. I'm just like, wow. And yet they still cop so much shit. I've had arguments with people, they're like, yeah, but we give them so many benefits and this, and help them. Like, they need help. They don't need fucking grants from the government. They don't need free uni. It's beyond that. It's beyond that.
Bro, the opportunity to get to
like,
uni and then for it to be free, it's just a slap in the face. It's like, help me get through school.
Help me get through all this shit. Yeah. How can I get to uni, dude? How you gonna get to uni as an Aboriginal person? You know what I mean?
Fucking...
What's the average suicide toll? Like, of the death toll, and even just the suicide toll, like, right now with Aboriginal kids. I saw some crazy statistic about it the other day.
Yeah.
I fucking can't say it off the top of my head. I don't want to make myself sound like a fool, but it was some, like, ridiculous number.
It was ridiculously high.
For under the age of, like, 15, the Aboriginal kids. I think they're at least leading the suicide rates in Australia. Yeah. For kids under the age of 15 or something like that.
Man, you know what really breaks my heart about all that stuff?
What?
Is when they talk about that, there's always an argument from the other side saying...
there's always an argument.
No, which is just like, how the fuck is there an argument?
What's wrong with you?
Like, this is a statistic about young men taking their lives, like young men and women taking their lives. And then they're like, yeah, but that number's skewed because there's more, like, there's less Aboriginals, so therefore that number's going to be higher.
And?
Yeah, but like, you're like, if that was the case... we would see dips.
100%.
But this number has done, that has done nothing but rise through everything, whether it be crime, suicide. And you're just like, that number does nothing but rise. There's a bigger problem here than what's actually going on, and no one wants to address it.
There's a lot of problems with dark-skinned communities, or even just coloured communities in Australia. There's so many problems going on.
But you know what I think? I think it's that hatred towards Aboriginals is what perpetrates the feeling we were talking about before.
Which one?
You know how we were saying we get that feeling sometimes where you're just like, yeah, I'm not welcomed here?
Yeah.
If we really think about it, that feeling started off with them, with Aboriginals.
Possibly, yeah.
And
100%.
now it almost translates to us, and now we're just like, these motherfuckers. And then, bro, there's fucking nothing that annoys me more than when, like, someone will cuss out an Aboriginal, and then you're like, bro, you know I'm fucking, like, coloured. What do you mean?
Yeah, like, what do you...
And they're like, yeah, but at least you're not Aboriginal.
Yeah, bro, I've copped that. And I'm like, and like, I've gotten so much love from Aboriginals, man. I'd be just like chilling. I'd go for a walk or something. I'd see an Aboriginal and they'd be like, hey, brother. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, let's talk. Like, what's up?
But then it's not only that. You do that, man, and then people look at you differently.
Oh, man. Oh, just stick up for them. Yeah.
No, people just sort of like see you having a conversation with an Aboriginal and they're just like, what are you doing? And you're like, what do you mean? What am I, like, this is a brother.
To you? Has that happened to you?
Yeah, bro.
That has happened to me. I can't say I've had that happen to me. That's crazy. They're questioning you as to why you're talking to an Aboriginal. Yeah. Like, you're crazy for that, huh?
Man, I've been to some fuck places. I'm going to put them on blast. Like, towns like Shepparton.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bruv.
I've never been there, but...
Don't.
I've heard what
like, there are no-go zones for black people.
It's red hot,
fucking Shepparton's one of them, bro.
It's red hot in Shepparton, man.
Yeah. Like...
oh, fuck. What happened? Like, explain that story.
Oh.
You know? These are places that might be one day. You never
just
know.
went to the club with fucking people I was with.
Hold up, they got clubs in Shepparton?
Yeah, they got a couple, and they're just like
fair.
They just are what are. From memory, I think they shut early, which is creates more. I think it's fucking. I don't know. Like, I just have a feeling that their club shut earlier. Anyway. The club ends up shutting. We're all outside, and there's a massive mob of Aboriginals just like chilling.
Shepparton.
Yeah, and they're like, they fucking see me, and like one of them comes past, like asks me for a cig. I'm like, I don't fucking smoke. And he's like, come over here, see all the boys. So I'm now with their whole mob, just like chilling and chatting with them. And there are people that I've come to the club with, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, don't talk to them. They're fucking rough. They're fucking blah, blah, blah. They're fucking da-da-da. I'm like, bro, I just had a 5-minute conversation with all these men. These men are only out here because they're not getting in the club. These men are only out here because yous have all exiled them.
Be like
and
that.
I'm just like, what?
Man, it's like that. It's
But
like
people
that.
like, I don't know how people don't realize that that's happening.
In a small place like Shepparton, though, would that not just be a community culture? Eh? Like, that's just what goes on over there.
Man, they fucking... And then like, oh, it just fucking breaks my heart. Because then when you question it, people are like, they don't help themselves. They fucking do all this fuckery. And you're like, what?
They don't have themselves. What do these people think that they do?
Yeah.
Just
literally, like,
drink all day? Just take drugs all day? They don't have families to feed? You know, somebody's dad's busting their ass, man. Working a 12-hour job, I bet, just to put food on the table. You know what I mean? It's just like...
Just to send their oldest through fucking school.
You don't think these people are people? You know what I mean? Like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I don't have time to talk to people like that. It's actually crazy. Because it's like, you just don't see the bigger picture. You just clearly don't. And you can't force people to see that either. They've got to see it themselves. And that's why it's like, when I see people like that, I wish you the best. I wish you the best. And it's like, as I said before, I hope you clear all that hatred, man.
That's because that's what it is at the end of the day.
All that hatred.
The world's got too much of it.
Too much hatred, yeah?
Yeah, too much.
Man, these people. Sorry, bro.
No, that's right.
It's just some. It's sad. Like, I don't know. I don't really know how to put it into words because it's just more of a feeling. It's fucked. Experiencing racism or seeing it, it's always a weird moment, eh? It's always a weird moment.
Bro, it's only a weird moment, bro, because we're involved every single time.
Fucking weird.
Every single time. There hasn't been one situation where I've just witnessed a racist event. Like,
Yeah.
I've been involved, whether directly or fucking indirectly. And you're just like...
How do I react to the situation? That's just the first thought that runs through my head. In like a racist moment, I'm just like, how do I react to this? You know? Should I wild out? Should I just, you know, let it be? Talk to this guy or something like that, whatever the situation might
Who
be.
doesn't even want to listen.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, they're coming with this hostility. I mean, they're not interested in listening to me. So it's better off to just walk away half the time. Unless you really want to throw hands. And I mean,
No, but then
but
fuck.
why would you want to do that? You know,
Let's
'cause
be
that's
real.
what it's in.
There are
Like,
times
why
you can't
do
walk
that?
away from it.
Oh, there's times where, yeah, as I said, you got time. You got...
No, not even that. Like, fuck, man. I've had situations
happens,
where
bro.
it's like, I've been like surrounded.
Oh, really?
Bro, and I've
fucked
had
up.
to fucking run.
That's some bullshit.
Man, I'll put him on blast again. Fuck it. You got me in my feelings today, so I'm just going to let him know.
Let them know.
Was in a pub in Miners Rest.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Fucking
Where-
Miners Rest is in Ballarat, bro.
Okay.
And it's fucking like 45 minutes out of Ballarat and it's pure country. I'm at the bar. I fucking asked the bartender, like, two of my mates are outside in the smokers area, just because we're at a party, a big party in this big town hall.
Yeah.
Came to the bar just to get a drink. Went there. I'm like, yeah, can I get 2 pots? The motherfucker gives me 2 milkshakes with Baileys in it. And I'm just like, what is this?
You all right?
And he's like, this is your drink. And I'm just like, I'm like, bruv, I said 2 pots. Like, what are we doing? He's like, this is your drink.
What a clown.
And then at this point, he's got this look in his eye, and I'm like, uh-oh. I turn around, man. And as I walk, I knew I was fucked. As soon as I walked in, there were all these cunts with cowboy hats, R.W. Williams belts, playing fucking pool. As soon as I walked in, all eyes are on me. And I'm just like, that should have been my point of just like, walk away. So anyway, the bartender's giving me my fucking Bailey's drinks that are for me. And I'm like, I sip it. I was like, I'm not paying for this shit. I like went to turn around and like leave. 6 motherfuckers around me. And they're like, pay for it. And I'm just like, who the fuck all are you? And they're like, your fucking client's not welcome here. Pay for it. And then at this point, I'm sitting there in my head, like, my 2 homies are looking at me from the smokers, and they're just like, bro. And I'm like, can't fight, can't talk, just ran.
You know, one of this situation.
Literally, like, I'm a fucking, not the smallest individual, but some of these cunts were fat and they were big. Just ran, pushed my way through them. They fucking chased me all the way back to the party. As soon as I get back to the party, all my friends sort of come out and they all just go back. And like, the night just goes on like normal. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, fucking, just like, when I found myself to be alone, I was like, why the fuck does that happen? All I did was randomly go into this place to get something that I wanted, and I ended up having to run so I didn't get the shit kicked out of me.
You know what's crazy about that? I feel like situations like this breed hatred. Like, people don't even understand. You might not have a hateful heart, but you dealing with that situation might make you go like, you know what, fuck this town. Or you know what, fuck everyone that looks like these people that wanted to jump me in this town.
Bro, you know what's so real about that? That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah,
2 years later, I left the town. I was like, this is fucked. I was like, this is so fucked.
And then now you're going to walk around the world with this mindset because of the choices these people made.
Now, I've softened up a bit now, but every time I tell that story, it fucking like...
Oh, no, I just mean in general. Some people don't learn from that. Some people, like, obviously in your situation, you didn't hold this mindset on for too long, but some people will. I've seen it. I've seen young black kids, young black boys especially, because usually it is a fucking case. Young black boys going into a situation and not being favored in it, really. You know what I mean? And then for the rest of their lives, they're just really saying, oh, fuck white people. Oh, fuck this, fuck that. And it's just like, you know... Vice versa. It happens both ways too. It happens both ways. You know, sometimes it's some black kids doing some wild shit to, like, you know, just an average Caucasian kid, and then boom, he's gonna be like, you know what? I don't like these people. You know, it happens.
But then it's like, whatever happened to just blame the individual? It's like, why just because like one person's had one bad experience with a black person, now all black people are bad?
It never happens like that, especially in this country. You don't represent. As I said, when I walk outside of the house, I'm representing South Sudan. You know, I'm not fucking Emmanuel from Hamlin Heights. Because no one's going to view me like that. I'm a minority in this country. The second, and then people could argue all they fucking want, but if I go out and, I don't know, run through a couple homes today, or go and just commit a fucking crazy petty crime, chances are I'm probably going to be reported as like an Apex member. And it's like, all right, like, I'm not a fucking Apex member, but you know, they'll probably milk that.
They will.
They'll milk some gang-related bullshit, and it's like...
They'll call you a thug.
They'll call me, yeah, they'll really just
They'll call
milk
you
it.
a thug, bro. And I love how the man them looking in the background. I'm like, because that's what happens.
It's some funny shit, man, and it's like, all right, that's what I mean. You're always representing the masses. You're never representing yourself. You're not an individual here. I'd say colored in general. I'd go to say colored in general. You know what I mean?
But then we flip it. White boy shoots up a school.
Oh, he's mentally ill, bro. He's mentally ill, man. Don't trip about Chad from fucking Janjak. It's all good. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's how it be, cuz. That's how it be, cuz.
It's like, it's fucking, it's the truth.
Yeah.
And literally, there are fucking few, like, man them in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
Have all of you had trouble like this at least one time in your life? Of course? Wait, is it so bad where it's more than once? Of course. Fuck. And this is, oh well, the world keeps spinning.
Oh, of course it does, man.
We still walk around with smiles on our face.
That's why I reckon, yo, we're some strong people, man.
We gotta be.
We deal with so much fuck shit, and it's like, I don't think people really see that. People don't really understand that.
But then you know where there's so much power? And I've noticed it now. When we really use our struggles and shit to overcome the things we've been through and will continue to go through, it makes us such stronger people now. Like, now it's a different story. When you walk into a room, you can almost take over a room because you've been on the offense, like you've been on the defense for so long that when you're in a nice, comfortable environment, you can actually come out and you can flourish 100%. And you can succeed in life. We just need more of that.
100%, man. I feel like we've got to teach our children that. That's what it matters. I mean, they are the future. And like, speaking about generations earlier, man, seeing the difference between some of them fucking now compared to us, like even my age is 21. Bro, it's such a big difference, man. It's a crazy difference. And that's why I'm like, you know what, especially since we're still guests in this country, at least, you know, essentially we're immigrants, man. And we got to do our best to really fit in and kind of contribute to the society too. You know what I mean?
Bro, I do. And I don't want to switch it again, but it's like, it just made, like, I just had this thought.
Yeah.
The worst piece of advice my dad ever gave me was, you're a fucking black kid in Australia, so 100%. You have to work twice as hard as 100%. Everyone else around you.
My father said the same thing to me in New Zealand.
And all that fucking made me think was, it was from him saying that then and there, defense immediately.
Really?
So you walk through the rest of your life almost trying to fucking like fight that. You're just like, no, I don't need to work twice as hard as all these white people around me. And then the realization comes in, you're like, fuck, for certain opportunities, I kind of have to do. And people are like, oh, but in America, they've got affirmative action, blah, 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 blah. In Australia, there's none of that shit. If they don't like you, they don't like you. They don't have to feel like a quota to fucking employ like X amount of black youth. It's like, fuck yous. So you really do have to go out there and you really do have to double down.
100%.
You really do have to watch what you say. You really do have to watch what you wear. And all that is fucking bullshit.
It is.
Like,
it is. Oh, sorry, go for it.
Like, no, that's like, it's bullshit. There's like, we have no, like, the fucking 18-year-old, forgot the homie's name.
Adonis.
No, like Adonis
Yeah.
and Liam, who's 18, should have the same life opportunities.
Oh, 100%.
But in reality, that's not the fucking truth.
Reality ain't fair like that, eh?
Like, it's just like everyone tries to fight for equality, but I'm like, I look at two 18-year-old boys right now. They both have opportunities to do whatever they want, but one by default's just going to do that little bit better.
Understanding of privilege, yeah.
And it's like, for this man, he has to work twice as hard to get the same recognition as this man.
Do you feel like it'll ever change, though? I feel like maybe through time, if we work at it as a society, we could get there.
Bro, that's when, like,
Total
I say,
equality.
this is when people call me cynical, but I'm just like, I don't think we're progressing as a society. I think, if anything, like, it's regression.
Australia or the entire world here? I'm talking worldwide.
Bro, have you ever jumped off that Warm Ponds Highway? Oh, you don't have a car, but like,
I know.
was driving in the Warm Ponds Highway.
Yeah.
There's a fucking billboard, that said, "Make Australia Great Again."
Nah, I've seen some shit like that, yeah.
Bro, and you're trying to tell me we're progressing?
You know what's fucking funny? I was having a conversation with my Uber the other day. And I've been hearing, once again, just me coming to Australia and trying to learn about just everything that's going on in this country, really. I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of older Australians, and they've explained to me the good times, the good days in Australia. And like, I truly believe that there was a point in time where things were good in this country. You know what I mean? I guess it's just kind of how society ran. Obviously, I didn't experience it. I wasn't even here. You know what I mean? It wasn't even in my life. Oh, not my lifetime at all. It was well before me, you know? So, yeah, I reckon it was around like the 70s or some shit like that. Was that like the 70s?
Yeah.
With the good times? Is that what they call it? Is that what it is? Around that time frame? I think that's what they refer to when they say make Australia great again.
When the white immigration policy was still a thing. So if you didn't fit into a certain shade, you didn't get in the country.
Those are the great times.
They're great times, bro.
100%. I wonder how Aboriginals were treated back then too.
Oh, that was still here, but you know, we just fucking shoved all them to a corner and put a fucking sheet over it. We're like, they don't exist.
That's why they built cities. I don't know. But you know, I think that's what they mean by this. When I see that, that's what I see. You know what I mean? I think that's interesting because you know what? Maybe for them it was a perfect time. 100%. And I see why they'd probably want that. But nah. That's not how, first off, how Australia runs right now. That's not the society that they're currently in. Times have changed. Times have definitely changed. Times will forever change. And I feel like you just got to adapt to that or you're going to be left behind. If people are still living back mentally in the 70s, I mean, how are you going to progress?
That's when regression kicks in, my brother. That's when regression kicks in.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
It's a tough time here right now.
It's fucked.
But we all need to just do our best and just try to live, you know,
that's
live
all
in
we can
harmony.
do. And individuals be individuals. We just have to make sure that there are individuals out there similar to us who learn from us.
Yeah.
It's like if you're younger, it's like double down your shit now. And then when you get to these positions of power, when you get to these great positions, make sure you use those positions to educate.
100%.
Don't fucking make it harder for us because shit's already hard.
It's way too hard.
When you get to these positions, educate. Educate and help us grow.
I feel like that was one thing I was told when I was younger, you gotta double down, you gotta work hard. But you know, I don't think that's the one thing it's a clusterfuck, man. People say you have to work hard as a kid, you know, you probably heard that a lot. You know what I mean? I grew up, I wanted to be a soccer player. I played soccer at a pretty high level here in Australia for 4 years. And, you know, one thing was always said was hard work. You need to work hard, you know. But I was always like, how? What is this level of work that I have to hit? This level that I have to achieve for me to be considered a professional in whatever craft it is. You know what I mean? Even with rap, you can't just slack and just fucking make it. You know, of course, there's some people that might, you know, make a hot gem every now and then and boom, you know, that happens. But even with your line of work, I'm sure you have to work hard. You can't just slack. Like everything you do in life, you got to work hard. But what is this? What is hard work? What does it look like? Strip that down. You know what I mean? Because as a kid, especially growing up, it was like, yeah, I get you mean I have to work hard. But it's like, what does that mean? Define hard work. What does that look like?
Doing what you're told without questions. That's what that looks like,
as
bro.
a child or as an adult?
It's the same shit.
As an adult shit?
It's the same shit.
How would you feel? I mean, I see. It's a lot of things. I guess discipline could be one. 100%. Along those lines, what would you touch on?
Well, not only that, it's stray away from hard work.
Stray away from it.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
And then, because what that means is you're not doing what you're told. Do you know what I mean? That's why when I say it's like, it's all really about direction. Like, you can work hard and like, you can work hard for yourself and put in all the time, energy, and effort. But if you're trying to work hard for somebody else, are you going to give them that same time, energy, and effort? Majority of the time, it's not. And if you don't do that, people will call you lazy. People will be like, he's just lazy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm doing something that you're telling me to do rather than me doing something that I want to do.
100%.
And then like that's why I said that there. Because I was like, say something in those situations. You get chucked to the curb real quick.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which I have no issue with. Like that's the society we live in. But if you have an issue with saying something like that and being chucked to the curb, you're in the wrong field. And then that's just when it's back on the individual and it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to be told what to do for the rest of your life? Or are you going to go out there and actually do shit? And it's like, fuck, people be people. But what's next for Manny Lado?
What's next for
Aside
Manny
from
Lado?
fucking having it rough. What are some positives for a man like Manny Lado?
Man, I think for me, the next few years are going to be filled with some interesting moments, some videos, a lot of music. I've been working, as I said, so there's a lot of music to come out. I'm wanting to put together a project.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little too high. I want to put together a project. We're going to do a whole Bay City tape here too. All the guys from Geelong going to come together, make a nice tape for y'all. And just from there, just working on a lot of the younger cats here, man. A lot of the younger cats in Geelong.
Shout out the younger cats. Who are the younger
Fucking
cats?
crazy. Oh, man, they got Adonis out back here, going through the mud here. You know what I mean?
The man Dave in the back.
And them in the back. They got some crazy music coming, you know. It's all going to roll out. It's all going to roll out through time, you know. And other than that, Young Juicebox doing this thing. Lohalani doing this thing. You know what I mean? Social Blight, Nasty doing this thing.
The Renaissance man.
Renaissance fucking man himself, man. He's a wild boy. And yeah, man, the whole team's just gonna be dropping stuff. So for me, I'm just gonna be part of all that. Just gonna be dropping a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
People have been waiting, so I gotta give the people what they want.
You do.
So a project, and some nice music videos is what you guys should expect from me.
Yeah.
That's in these next 2 years. Other than that, you're gonna hear about that soon.
Tell them what they can see now, though.
All right, now Pull Up on the Block. I dropped a song on my birthday, Pull Up on the Block, featuring Baby T. Shout out Baby T. Shout out 66 Records. They're the man right there. And yeah, look it up on YouTube. Manny Lado, Pull Up on the Block.
It's actually a fire song, bro. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I was just like, you know what's so funny? I shared that on my stories and people were like, this shit's actually hard.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, why are you fucking surprised?
Well, it's like music in Australia, man.
Yeah.
Hip hop's so tiny here. People don't understand that. Hip hop's puny in this country. Like, there's a scene, and it's probably the best it's ever been, I'd say, in terms of attention and people actually looking in on it. It's doing well in terms of numbers, all that good stuff, you know. But in terms of a culture, it's growing. It's really growing, and it's great to see that. It's great to be a part of it also. You know, just seeing from where I started, back when I was 16 years old to now, it's like, fuck, like, there's been a change, and it's great. It's great to see change, great to see progression. It's great to see, you know, just the results turn out to be positives. So.
Well, it's the birth of new platforms. Like, I always thought one of the things that was stunting Australia's hip-hop community was platforms to, like, go on and actually promote this shit.
Yeah.
Like, how many motherfuckers are getting Manny Lado to pull up and speak his truth?
Not many.
Where do you go to do that?
Oh, bro, nowhere. You know what I mean? I just got to link up with my friends. That's about it. You know what I mean? Talk to my moms. Sometimes I'm speaking truth. Yeah, but this is like things like this is a beautiful platform, and I appreciate you for even having me on it. Like, thank you,
bro. Like, this is the reason I do this. Like, the amount of fucking like colored youth I come across, and they ask me some of the hardest questions, and I'm like, bro, I don't have an answer for you because I'm still figuring this shit out.
We all are, yeah.
And then like that's just the most unfortunate truth. But we stay winning, they stay winning. All we can do is the best we can.
Yeah.
But on that,
what's up?
We're at that time.
Yeah.
It's like we're asked that question.
Okay.
It's like, Manny Lado, what's one thing that you wish you were told as a youth?
How important discipline is.
How important discipline is.
Yeah.
Break that down.
I mean, I feel like my first like genuine encounter with like, you know, just lessons of discipline was I did Taekwondo for 4 years back in New Zealand. And beautiful, beautiful martial art, man. Beautiful, beautiful martial art. Taught me a lot of just like, you know, spirituality and just being true to your core, basically. And discipline was one of the main things that they highlighted. And as a kid, I was a little hard-headed motherfucker, man. Like, I wasn't terrible, but, you know, I didn't listen to a lot of things, you know. And discipline was one of them, especially back then. You know, I'm a very talkative motherfucker, you know. I was that disruptive kid in school, you know what I mean? Like, I'll just be in the back constantly talking, you know. But discipline. And now that I've kind of grown up now, you know, I'm 21 now, and it's like I'm seeing, you know, not just the bad habits, but the patterns that I put myself in and how doing this basically has this sort of an outcome, you know, basically. Whereas, like, if I was to stop this habit of mine or just slowly start to decrease this habit of mine, I could ultimately become not just, no, I was going to say a better person, but the best version of me, basically. So discipline's a very important thing. And I wish I learned that early. I wish I learned the true understanding of discipline when I was younger, basically. That's what I'd say. That's my reply to that question.
That's like, bro, that's a great answer.
Well,
like, there's not a
there's
not a wrong answer to those sort of questions.
Yeah, just discipline, man. It's very important. We all need it in our lives. That's how. It's one of the main things that's going to help you become the best version of you. And I truly believe that. And yeah,
real.
it's been my wave. It's been my wave recently, you know. So just discipline.
That's real.
Yeah, it's okay to fall. It's okay to fall. Everyone falls. Everyone, you know, everyone makes mistakes every now and then. You know, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. As long as you pick yourself back up and then keep these habits forming, then it's all good.
Don't lose. Just learn.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can do.
100%.
But Manny, thank you so much for pulling up.
Oh, man,
like,
thank you for
lastly,
having me, bro.
like, tell the people where they can find you.
Man, you can find me, Manny Lado, all markets. Go on your YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. I'm gonna be up on I'm gonna be up on everything.
Man, spell that out for the people who listen.
What the fuck was that? Let me do that again.
Yeah. Run it back.
Can you guys just cut that? You know what I mean?
There's no editing here. We just keep cooking. Run it back.
Hey, yo. You can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, everything like that. Google Play, of course. You know, I'm not missing out on all the boys using that. And yeah, YouTube's the main thing. Other than that, find my music videos on that.
Manny
Stay noted.
Lado.
Bay City on the come up. Shout out 66. You know how it be. Shout out ABC. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, that's a wrap. Let's end a different kind of genius this week. Big ups to the man, damn like Manny Lado. Pulling up.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you all for tuning in. Don't say the N-word. And if you're fucking Sudanese,
we're coming for you.
we praying for you. Stay safe, one love. Peace.
Take care.